All right, everybody, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready to dive in.
Awesome. So today we're looking at some really interesting stuff coming out of Ripple, specifically their stablecoin RLUSD. You know, it's crazy. It launched like just a month ago, December 17th.
Oh, wow. So very recent.
Yeah. And it's already at $71.8 million market cap.
Hmm.
But that's not even the most interesting part.
Mm.
Ripple's president is already talking about getting this thing listed on the bigger exchanges.
But that is interesting. It's a pretty ambitious move so early on.
It is. So
Well-
we're going to unpack all this and try to see where things might be headed. What do you say?
Sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
Okay. So first things first, stablecoins. For anyone listening who might not be super familiar with crypto, can you give us a quick rundown of what a stablecoin is and like why they matter?
Yeah, for sure. So unlike, Bitcoin or Ethereum, which are known for their price swings, stablecoins are designed to, well, be stable. They're usually pegged to a fiat currency like the US dollar.
So like one RLUSD is always equal to one US dollar?
Exactly. That stability makes them really useful for things like payments and trading. You don't have to worry about the value fluctuating wildly while you're trying to use them.
Makes sense. So less volatility, more stability.
Yeah.
It's good, right? Especially in a market known for its ups and downs.
For sure. I mean, look, volatility can be exciting. It can create opportunities, but it also creates a lot of uncertainty and risk. And that's where stablecoins come in, providing a sort of safe haven within the crypto ecosystem.
Right. So it's like having the best of both worlds. You can participate in the crypto market, but with a bit more, predictability.
Exactly. And that's why we're seeing so much interest in them.
And speaking of interest, let's talk about Ripple's ambitions for RLUSD. We touched on this earlier. Their president, Monica Long, said they're looking at listing on the bigger exchanges soon. What kind of impact could that have?
Well, first off, it shows that they're serious about this. They're not just testing the waters, they're really going for it.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty bold move.
It is. And, right now, RLUSD is mainly trading on platforms like Bitso, MoonPay, CoinMe, Bullish, Mercado Bitcoin.
Right. But those are, they're not exactly household names, at least not yet.
Exactly. And that's why getting listed on a major exchange is so important. It would give them a much broader reach, more visibility, more accessibility, and that could really boost trading volume.
Okay, so basically going mainstream. It's like taking that next step. But what's driving demand for RLUSD right now? It's still pretty new, right?
Well, Monica Long has said that a big part of it is their payment business. Apparently, it doubled last year.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, really impressive growth. And their payment system relies on RLUSD for transactions. It needs a stable coin to make things work smoothly and quickly.
Right, of course. It's like the fuel for the whole system.
And on top of that, we're seeing a lot of activity on Bullish, which seems to be the most popular exchange for RLUSD right now. Over 76% of the trading volume is happening there, mostly in the form of RLUSD USD coin and XRP-RLUSD pairs.
Hold on. Bullish. I don't think I'm familiar with that one. What's the story there?
They're an interesting platform. They tend to cater to a more institutional crowd, big investors, hedge funds, that sort of thing.
So RLUSD is getting some attention from the big players. Interesting.
Yeah, which is definitely a positive sign. It shows that there's confidence in its potential. And it's worth mentioning, Sologenic, the decentralized exchange, they also offer RLUSD trading, but it's on a much smaller scale.
Right. So it seems like Ripple is firing on all cylinders here.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not operating in a vacuum. The stablecoin market itself is booming right now. The total value locked in stablecoins is over $206 billion. That's up 55% from last year. That's insane.
It is a pretty wild ride. And Monica Long is actually pretty bullish on the overall market, which, you can't really blame her given the numbers. But for our listeners, this raises an important question. With so many stablecoins out there, what makes RLUSD different? What makes it stand out?
That's a good question. Is there anything about RLUSD that makes it, unique or particularly appealing?
Well, one thing that definitely stands out is their partnership with Chainlink.
Ah, Chainlink. Tell us more about that. What do they bring to the table?
So Chainlink basically provides these decentralized price feeds for RLUSD, across different blockchains like Ethereum and the XRP ledger.
I see. And what does that mean for the average user? Why should they care about these price feeds?
Well, think of it this way. It ensures that the price of RLUSD remains stable and pegged to the US dollar. It's like having a network of independent sources constantly verifying the price, making manipulation much harder.
So it's like a safeguard against, some kind of rogue actor trying to mess with the price.
Exactly. That's why it's so important for maintaining trust and transparency.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've got this robust payment system, growing demand, institutional interest, and a partnership with Chainlink to ensure stability. It seems like Ripple has really thought this through. But there's one more thing I wanted to touch on, something that has the XRP community buzzing right now. Monica Long hinted at the possibility of an XRP exchange-traded fund, an ETF.
Yes, that was very interesting to hear.
It was. So for the uninitiated, can you explain what an ETF is and why this is such a big deal for XRP?
An ETF, or exchange-traded fund, would basically make investing in XRP much more accessible, especially for traditional investors. It would mean you could buy shares of XRP on the stock market.
So basically, you wouldn't need to deal with all the, complexities of buying and storing actual XRP. You could just buy it like a regular stock.
Exactly. And that would have a huge impact on liquidity, potentially driving up the price of XRP. It would also bring more regulatory scrutiny, which, could be seen as a positive thing for the long-term health of the market.
Okay. And Monica Long seemed to think that this could be happening sooner rather than later, especially with the possibility of Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs getting approved soon. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think an XRP ETF is realistic in the near future?
Well, the regulatory landscape is definitely complex. The SEC has been pretty cautious with crypto ETFs, but if Bitcoin and Ethereum get the green light, it could definitely open the door for XRP. And, we've already seen several companies file applications for XRP ETFs.
Oh, wow. Really? So they're getting ready.
Yeah, which shows that there's serious momentum building.
It's a waiting game then. But exciting times for XRP holders.
Definitely something to watch closely.
All right, so I think we've covered a lot of ground here. Ripple is clearly making a big push with RLUSD, and they've got big plans for the future.
Yeah, they're definitely a company to watch. They're really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with stablecoins and blockchain technology.
And for our listeners who might be interested in learning more about RLUSD or stablecoins in general, is there anything else they should keep in mind?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is that this is a rapidly evolving space. There's a lot of innovation happening, but also a lot of risk. So, do your research, understand the technology, and don't invest more than you can afford to lose.
That's always good advice in the crypto world. So, to sum it all up, Ripple is on the move. They've got a stablecoin that's gaining traction, a thriving payment business, and potential ETF approval on the horizon. It's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out.
Absolutely. And, it makes you wonder, with all these developments, the rise of RLUSD, the booming stablecoin market, the increasing institutional interest, how is this going to reshape the entire crypto landscape? It's a fascinating question.
A question for another deep dive, perhaps. But for now, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Until next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.